Welcome to the Fandom Foundries podcast about all things that we loved that we did this week. Whether it's you watched, played, read, ate, or listened, or explored, that's what we're here to talk about. I'm Todd Oxtra, your host, joined by a man who has a name that no one understands because it could be French, it could be English, it could be made up. He is a person that demands everyone play Silk Song, Hollow Knight. He requires it. And he is one of the coolest people along all of the social platforms, has been on podcasts, and just want to give him a shout out. And that is Roman, aka Silcanit. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me. Like it's kind of an honor because I'm part of the kind of the podcast scene more as a usually more as a viewer and like a little comments here and there to give my opinions.
Uh, and your
It's
opinion
okay,
is always
Nissa. It's
appreciated.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nissa is once again.
I require one person to play Silk Song and Hollow Knight, and that would be Clint. That's
That's your like main obstacle, right? That's your goal.
Yeah, that's my goal. I know I will never make him play it anyway because they, they are they are long games and they are difficult games. So I get that not everyone really even wants or can play them. Like, but if you can, like, at least watch a playthrough. Like, that's a that's one of the newer ways to kind of game. I feel like I do it quite a lot on games I don't really vibe with. So I encourage everyone to watch a YouTube a stream of some games you might not play yourself, but that have stories or other things you want to experience.
I totally agree. And is this true? You're a mod on the trophy room
Yeah,
podcast?
technically on the YouTube channel I have the mod.
Okay.
I
So
can
you have the
I can
power
ban
of
people.
banning.
Yeah.
That is a very uh important, and wow, you can abuse that if you want. So,
Yeah,
could
I
you
don't.
even mod Joe? Could you like ban Joe
No,
maybe?
it's only on the chat.
Oh,
On the YouTube chat part.
sure. Okay.
If like a spammer or something like that, I can react on that. And mostly, I have to accept messages that kind of are on the cusp of like the auto moderation of YouTube. Because it's an 18 plus show. Like we can talk about
True.
diverse subject and some words maybe sometimes they are asking me like, do you want to show that message? And like, yeah, I can go ahead.
Exactly. And you probably encourage people to just use French because nobody else can understand it, and you can, and you either think it's funny or you're like, oh, nobody will get it. But let's do a little of this. So I asked you to be on the show because I know you love a lot of different things. You have you're from we were just before we started, everyone, we did a geography lesson. All about we did Quebec, we did France, we did Minnesota. It was very encouraging. And then once again, I got the correct pronunciation of Silkanit's name, his given name. And then what I was going to ask him next is, what is the origin of Silkanit? Please explain.
So it's kind of a dull one, but like when I started like online gaming, etc., I had another username like of a character on a book that I really loved. And at some point I was playing Dofus. It's a French MMORPG,
Hmm.
like turn-based MMORPG. And I was like creating a new character, like a secondary one. And
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really have any inspiration, and they had like a random generator on the names. So I clicked a bunch of times until something like caught my eyes, and that was Silcanit. and it's unique enough that I kept it up until now, and it's been like 16 years now.
Wow. And I'm like, you said it was a French MMORPG. What is the name of this? I'm going to see if I can find any footage if this exists.
Dofus, Dofus.
Not Doofus, but Dofus.
Dofus, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to see if there is Dofus gameplay. Okay, let's see. We're gonna find. Okay, let's see. This is interesting. Is this right?
And it's quite popular in France because like the studio like even made like an anime, like a cartoon of it with the world
Person.
and the races, etc. Yep.
I think he actually has a French accent. That's kind of cool. So may give you props. So is this it?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Tactics,
So it's more
turn-based.
grid-based.
Yep.
Okay. And it's cartoonish in style. Oh, fun. So how old were you when you played this?
Oh, it was around 2010, so 25.
Okay. Got it. Okay. So I'm getting a feel. I don't have to ask how old you are. People can do the math now. So
No, I can say my age. I turned 40 last year, so.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, well, good deal. You're still far younger than me. But there we go. We've learned a little bit. Random name generator is always a great way to go. It just is it still you all these years later and you say, is it too hard, or like, I love it and I'm never leaving it?
I'm never leaving it. Like I'm just surprised how it trips people sometimes, because even when you write it, it's not like that hard. Like and it's part of like we talked about like accent, and I'm never like losing my French accent when I speak English. But part of that is also that maybe I don't hear the difference. Sometimes people say, "Is it Silcanit or Silcanit?" Like, and I'm like, "What's the difference?" Like, you said the same thing.
Exactly. Tomato is
it's like
in the
for me,
US
it's
or
like
British.
yeah.
Okay,
So no,
I love that.
I'm leaving it. But like, if it's too hard for people, just call me Seal. Like, it's shortened and it's easier. So.
Well, excellent. It's always good to learn something new about somebody that we know, but we're typically afraid to ask. And Freight Conductor has entered the chat. He says, you picked your name like I pick my creative characters. Absolutely. I am like low effort, or I always pick the same name, so it's not that exciting. So totally get it. Let's see. We also got your best friend here, the man you have to convince. We got Clint in the chat.
Yeah, I have mod powers.
Oh,
in the
you
chat,
got mod power over on Spreading the Nerd as well. Good job.
Yeah,
You've
but
infiltrated.
I still don't have the power to make him play Silk Song. So.
Wow. Well, maybe I think I've learned this with my son. Certain games are a challenge, but what you could do is you could do like, as he's like you say, let's do this. I will be your Sherpa. I'll get you through it. You're there with him on screen. He's sharing his screen. You're encouraging him. You're telling him along. So because I think on that game, that's a game where I feel like people don't always understand, are they bad at it? Or is there something they're missing that they will need, but they need the encouragement to say, I will get you there? Because my son did that for me with Destiny. My son did that with me for a few other games, and it made it a more enriching experience. Like we did Slay the Spire kind of together, which was kind of fun. But in this case, I have tried Hollow Knight. I tried Silksong. Neither for me. I moved on. But I totally get it. I know why people love the game so much. But it is funny that, hey, it's maybe people need a little push, or like Clint does so much already. I guess he's just like, if I do that, I will not get to do 35 other things because I'll need to play that for 35 hours. I'm guessing that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's the same problem with every game anyway. It's just like there's too many games you have to prioritize, and if you're not like
I do appreciate this.
I was them for the memes more than anything, but like there's too many games, too much
here we
good
go.
games.
Hopefully we didn't lose our connection. Too bad.
Oh, no, it's okay. Yeah,
Okay,
I
we're
was
back.
saying.
I don't know what happened there. We were stunned. But yeah, I like this comment from Freight. He's got so many good names for you.
Mr. Andy, Baguette Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
Baguette Bro is
Okay.
more of a title.
Exactly. I got one last comment before we get into things. I apparently don't call him Steve.
Yeah,
Is
because
that like
like last
the
year I
French
went to
equivalent to Roman?
no, last year I went to Paxist, and I met Joe from the trophy room. I met Kyle,
Hmm.
Light. I met a lot of people. Like I watch every week. We talk, but we never met, and
Yes.
and I loved that. But I introduced myself as Silcanit to make sure like he knew who I was. But between the the noise around me, maybe not speaking loud enough, and him not hearing me well enough, he thought I was introducing myself as Steve. So we talked a bit, I let it go. We talked a bit, and then Kai came in and told to Joe, "Hey, I see you met Silkanit," and Joe realized, what Silkanit? No, that's Steve. And so that came from
That
that.
is amazing. I think what we all need to do is when we do these things, just show up with a shirt that says your
Yeah,
handle, right?
maybe just like just a little stickers.
Exactly.
My
Hi,
name is
hi, I am.
yeah.
I love that. I was at an I'll talk about something else, but yeah, having name tags could be definitely helpful for a lot of things. So,
Oh
well,
yeah,
very
no,
good. Well, let's
for
get
big
into
events like
this
that
because
for sure.
yeah, let's get into the awesome things we did this week. So let's just start with our your wheelhouse, and I'm a little bit worse for wear these days in gaming, but let's talk about what you've been playing really quick. What's the best thing you played last week? And we say last week because we're at the end of the week.
Yeah, we are in a week. Let me check because I played a lot of Neo 3 because I finished that last week, and then I continued to play the New Game Plus that I finished yesterday. So I played the game twice now. But the best I played this week like comes from the Steam Next Fest.
Oh yeah, so many, and I'm just gonna put as we talk about
Yeah.
that, I'm just the gameplay of Neo on the screen. If anybody has any questions about whether you should play that game or not, it all depends if you like very difficult games, right?
Well, they are difficult at first, but you kind of you can hit like kind of on the curve a point where it becomes way more action, like Ninja Gaiden than Dark Souls, because you unlock
Okay,
abilities
so a
and
little bit
skills and
more,
stuff.
so a little
So
bit more like action combat, character combat, but with some of those elements, right? Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But that means also that there's a lot you can do in a fight. So there's a lot of systems to remember to use. It's not just bashing with your sword. You can just like go with your katana and just slash, but you're missing a lot of opportunities to make your life easier. But it's a hard
Okay.
game. Like I won't undersell it. Like it's not for everyone.
So when you
Um,
say you can't mash the buttons, you've already got me out of there. That's how
yeah,
Todd
no,
works. I
no. At some
am the
points,
I am the Leroy Jenkins of every type of game. That's why I die profusely, and I'm glad to be a support character in anybody's story.
but yeah, no.
um,
On the best I played this week, like I
yep.
said, probably from the Steam Next Fest, um, Vampire Crawlers. It's the
What is
next game.
that?
It's made
Oh,
by
Vampire Crawlers. Oh, yes,
Crawlers,
yes,
yeah,
that's right. Oh, yeah. Okay, great.
from the dev of Vampire Survivors, and they have all the Vampire Survivors things, like same monsters, same same weapons, same upgrades, but now it's a dungeon crawler, first person, and you have like cards, and they have a system like of if you play your cards in the right order, you build up a combo that just multiplies your damage, and so you can just one shot waves of enemies. It's really satisfying. Like it has all the same satisfaction as Vampire Survivors,
Oh, the chest where it rains
The same
down, you feel
chest.
oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
It has everything, but
So
in a more
sorry,
controlled
just
way because you can choose your encounters when you explore.
so it takes away that, like, just with, the survivor element of the main game, right, is just, when you're running around, it's like you have to be smart with the things you pick, but also you just have to be good at, like, movement, right? You have
dodging
to,
and
like,
yeah,
"Where am I
moving.
gonna
Yeah.
go?" Understanding where the map goes, and, "Oh, I dropped something, I have to get back to it, I can't now," this is more turn-based, right? It's just nothing you won't
Yes.
die if you don't pick the cards in time, right? Or is there a timer for your cards?
There's no timer. No.
Okay.
It's turn-based. And you can see what next move the enemy is going to do, like if they are attacking. So
Oh,
you can, if you have armors to play, you can plan on that, etc. So
I like that because I really love Vampire Survivors because you can play it on anything, which is great. So I played a lot of it actually on my phone when I was in Europe because I could pick up and play and try rounds. Although on my phone I had a mobile
yeah.
controller for my phone because you want to do that, but it was still great. It was pick up and play easy. I think it was free. The mobile version was free, and I think it's very cheap if not, but then it's
Yeah,
everywhere.
even if
So
it's not
yeah.
free, Vampire Survivor is
You know.
maximum $5. So
Yeah. Yeah. So that's awesome. So I it's a demo, yeah. So no reason you can't play it. I do get frustrated that the fact that Steam gets so many amazing demos and yet they don't come to platforms. Like, you don't see them on like they don't come all the games that are the Steam demos are amazing, but I'm guessing it's because if it goes in a platform, they have to like vet it and everything. And Steam's like, put it out there. If it breaks your PC, it's your fault, not ours.
yeah, exactly. Like it's kind of the problem with the consoles, like the the vetting process, like the how do you call that? Yeah,
It's
heavy.
like the
It's heavy on the
verification process.
developers.
Yeah.
So I get that they don't do it, but I will say like
Oh, the demo
still.
is on Xbox now too.
Oh
Okay,
well,
cool. That's good to know.
and to stay on the demos, like I I bought and played so much of Neo 3 because of the demo. Because around the same time, Code Vein 2 came out,
Mm,
and my plan was to play Code Vein 2 because I played the first one and I liked it.
mhm,
I tried it a bit, didn't like it, refunded it. I'll wait for a sale for that one.
mhm.
But I still wanted like action gameplay, action RPG gameplay of that style. So I tried the Neo 3 demo because they gave you the tutorial area and two regions of the open world, of the first map of the open world. And I played that for 6 hours. It's 6 hours of demo, and
That's a
and the
lot. Is
and the
your
progress carried over.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about, right?
And I did the same this week also with Monster Hunter Stories 3. Same. Played 6 hours and it carries over. So I bought the game.
Everyone should check out Steam Next Fest. This game looks amazing. I've seen this, and I'm sure it's probably capturing what I put in the but this game looks like an amazing, just really good looking, Star Fox.
Oh, yeah, it looks good.
I mean, and then there's more here, and you can see people playing the games, which is great too. Like, look at this game; it looks amazing. I mean, I've never heard of Audio Mech, so it's music based, shmup. And then people have note, this is an amazing game too. It is essentially a music turn-based RPG. It looks great. It looks so much
Yeah,
fun.
people have not. Yeah. It's on my list. I have it installed. Yeah.
I mean, you could just your whole week should just be playing um demos, which is great.
Yep.
It's free entertainment, and then you can recommend and wait, or at least put it on your wish list. And if it gets cheaper, get it later.
I need just 2 seconds to change my batteries on my headset.
Oh yes, yes. I will vamp. So I'm just keep talking about this. So yes, I have played some demos as well on Steam Next Fest. I've added some to my account. Obviously Replaced is out there. We've all talked about that. Siege, Chris Johnson and I are gonna talk about the game when it comes out because we've committed to that game. I mean, just even like a game like this Racoin, we've all played the pushing coin game at fairs and things like that. They've turned this into a roguelike, which I absolutely love. It's so goofy and silly. I will say I would want to play this on like the Switch or handheld, because me it feels like overkill having on my big PC.
Yeah, and you know what? and even on the Switch could really work because you have to, at some point you have to shake it. You have a button to shake it, you have to displace your coins.
Oh yeah,
you could just have it
any motion control, right?
Any motion
Does the Steam Deck have motion control or anything like that?
Yeah, it does gyroscope, I think.
Okay, that's cool. Oh yeah, Nessa, yes, Replace will be on Game Pass, so I'm very excited. It's not even. That's why I'm like, I don't have to play the demo. I'm gonna play it anyway. So, but for people that might be on the
demo, but
if you don't have Game Pass and you still want to see if it's worth it for you, that's where it's great. And then we've got like this weird, like you're a bus or a train that's on you're almost skateboarding, or
it's a train
set radio.
Yep, but it's way more linear because I tried that one too. You're a train. You control the train, so you're really on track. You know, it's not open like a Bomb Brush Cyberpunk or something like that. But it's really good too, and the music really slaps.
I mean, just that even just the environments, like the fact you're on a Ferris wheel and playing around, and there's environmental things going on. And yeah, I mean, there's so many games here. It's kind of like overkill to see, you know. And don't even look at the Metroidvania area, right? Because you will be you'll be like there for days.
I think sometimes they give numbers, and I think it's about thousands of games, like demos for a week.
Which is just crazy, because that just tells you how many games you are going to be behind on or have to budget for. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, Little Nemo, we're getting a remake of the old, what is this, the NES game, or is this a brand new? It looks adorable. I mean, the art style's amazing. These games I've never heard of. Rel, I've never. Freefall, what is this, 95? Are you just falling and you have to land? I mean, oh, you're falling from a plane that crashed? Then you might die. Well, we could go on and on. And I will say, Nissa, I do not know if it's coming. If it's coming to Game Pass, people of note, that is amazing. I will be very happy to play that when it comes out. So, so for me, Silcanit, the one game I really got into, I mean, I just got Resident Evil 9 from GameFly. I haven't been able to play it, so I'm definitely going to play it on PS5. I played some more Mario Tennis, which is fun. The new one, it's fun. It's just probably not going to keep me in unless I could probably play it with other people. But I'm an empty nester with my son at college, and my wife isn't going to play with me, so I'm kind of screwed. So that means, well, I don't know. And the problem is, I don't know if anybody else owns the game, but I know Nintendo also does game sharing. But I think it's only in your Wi-Fi network. So they actually have to be in your, like, you can own the game and play it with them. They can play it on their Switch or other devices. Kind of like the old, what was it? If you had, was it the DS or something? Like, you could have a game and it would, like, well, not even with cable, it was like, it would like send wirelessly a copy of the game to the other systems while you were there and you could play it. So, yeah. I mean, it's kind of cool. So I don't know about that, but maybe. But the game I have been playing with Chris Johnson, or Chris John from 1 Hour 1 Decision. We've been playing Split Fiction. Our goal has been to finish Split Fiction. We've only been playing it for, we said now, almost 6 months. It's taken us that long. We have now played 20 hours of the game. And it's so funny because we're like, hey, what have we done? I looked at our achievement.
Hey, you should be done. 20.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We're just because this is a problem we have. It's like we find like an hour here, an hour there, and then it's been like 3 months since the last time we played, so we got back together and play it. So we stopped the night before because it was getting late on the last mission. So we're finally going to be on the last mission, which you've heard amazing things about the gameplay. All I can say is this game has so many. It's almost like the WarioWare of games, where there are so many game styles within it. One level was almost like a pinball game, which is just amazing.
One is, it is.
Yeah, and it's so much fun coordination that you're just like, am I going to get this right? Am I going to get this wrong? Are we having fun? One level felt like I was playing the Hoth level in Star Wars, where you have to trip the AT-AT, but it was a Hydra, and you had Hydra heads. It's so good. And anybody has not played it, the best thing about this game is if one person owns the copy, they can invite somebody else regardless of platform. So Chris is just jumping on board my game on PC through EA, and I'm playing on PlayStation. So it's great. I got it on PlayStation 4 or 5, and I'm just having a blast. So, and I will. I wish I could just give it to somebody else to say, "Here's the game, go play." Maybe that's what I'll do. It's like I want you to play, but of course they have to have a PS5 to play. So we'll see. But it's great. I think it's the story is just dumb as hell. We laugh
Yeah.
about it. The story just like you've got this publisher who is stealing people, putting them in their worlds to steal their ideas, but then the publisher goes full on like Marvel villain, where like his machine he's got is this ridiculous machine that's probably gonna destroy the world, and he's gone ape crap, and he actually goes into the two players bubble of fun. So you can kind of see what it is. So we just laughed. It's like, yeah, this is, it's very common for publishers to have a high powered machine. I mean, it's probably like, well,
I mean,
who needs that when you got an AI now, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what AI is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
Exactly.
the GPT is. Like,
Yeah. I'm gonna guess though the guy's not actually real. He's just AI. That's what he's doing. But I would say the gameplay in this is so much fun. There's just one level even where you're a pig and you turn into bacon
yeah,
and you're
it
eating.
turns,
It's
and,
just
and
it's,
you have
it's adorable.
and you have to cook yourself to make you appetizing to be
I mean,
eaten.
I always feel I'm pretty tasty, but if I was bacon, my level of tastiness would go up. So, but yeah, that's what I've been playing, and like I said, I'm gonna get more into more games because I've got to finish Ghost of Yote. That's the game that keeps on giving to me to take my time. I love it to pieces. It's a slow burn for me. Been playing it for 6 months. And I know I've got a lot more to do, but it's a game I always feel like I can hop back in at any time. So it's no rush for
Hey,
me. I just get in between
and
games.
you can take your time until Legends comes out, so you'll still be in the game.
Oh, true. I forgot about that. I will say this though with Legends, I played a little bit of Ghost of Tsushima, and I thought it was cool. I just am not good at multiplayer games and finding people, so I'd have to do with randoms. So,
Yeah.
But I love the scenario. They're basically make it that like supernatural slash tied to mythology type of inclusion in the game, and maybe we'll get like a spin-off of that series where it's more of talking about the legends, which would be fun.
Yeah, maybe if they do a third one and then you have like 3 Legends, because
That
right
would
now
be
you
great.
have Jin
Yep.
and Atsu. So
That's true, and you could say, "Oh, and they're the embodiments of these." Yeah.
yeah, each one of
Kinda
them.
like with, was it Assassin's Creed Valhalla, where eventually they truly brought in, like, the Norse gods,
Mm.
and they did those crazy things, so, well, very cool. So let's get into what you've watched, the best things you watched last week. If you've got one. No pressure.
Not really. This week I didn't really like. Sadly, part of living in a rural area, like I showed you, is that I don't really have access to a good cinema.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Okay, so where would you say the closest one you have access to is?
to have a good one with a good selection
Well,
and
let's just say, what's the closest one where you could see something on the screen?
on the
Let's
screen
just
it's
make it,
like
yeah.
45 minutes. It's not that
Oh, but
far,
still, that's a hop even if you're not
but
gonna grade a
it's
good experience.
it's not that far. But they have a small selection, like
Mm,
of what they want to show, and most of them are like with the French translation. So I
okay,
kind
so
of
is that
avoid it. I don't like it. I don't like the
so
seats. I don't like the yeah.
so no, so I can say I had one, international, movie watching experience when I lived in South Korea for a year. We went downtown to watch this is really old. We watched the, Lord of the Rings, the first film. Is it The Fellowship of the Rings?
Yep.
Or is it okay.
Fellowship is the
We
first one.
watched we watched that
2001.
in a Korean theater, and it was crazy because it wasn't English, but the Korean subtitles, I didn't realize this, um, they were horizontal, or sorry, vertical
Vertical.
on the
Yeah, on the
the
side. Yeah.
yeah. I had not seen that before, so it was new to me, and, it was not a great theater experience because I felt like somebody was opening the door, and the door was, like, right there in the theater. So the light would come in,
Oh,
and the selection of different snacks was kind of different to me. Like, it wasn't just, your popcorn, obviously. It was different. So it was like, and it was louder, and it was just a not ideal situation, but it was cool to see it though. So I would say I always wish I could have seen, because the first two Lord of the Rings films, one I was in Korea, and the other was deployed to Saudi Arabia. I ended up seeing a screener copy. Somehow I end up securing a copy of The Two Towers somehow, and shared it with my fellow cohorts there. So I feel like I am deserved to see those films on the big screen eventually. I know they just had their 25th anniversary. So with
yeah.
you, being predominantly, I would say, is French is the it's not national because it's provincial, but it's the number one language in the province, correct?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it
And
is.
what's the English, like, level of, like, people speak it, obviously, because of, business, things like that. The rest of the country is primarily English. Is it like most people, when you're there, they just prefer things to be in French, I assume?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
Yeah.
the Quebec province is really protective of the French language
Mhm.
because we are the only pocket of French in North America.
Mhm.
We are just like the 4 or 5 millions of people here
Yes.
that speak
Mhm.
it. So like everything is in French. Like you the law requires like on packaging or like forms
Yes.
like for
Mhm.
administrative stuff to have both languages.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean I live in French unless I'm online where I live in
Yes.
English. But yeah, since I really learned English and when I became good enough, I always preferred like if a book is written in English, I prefer to read the original version. Same with the
Mhm.
movies. Usually with the movies, I put on the subtitles just because of the all the ambient noise in movies.
You know what? I
It's
think that's a common thread across anyone in any language. You're like,
yeah,
"What did I miss?"
exactly. So
Yeah.
no,
So
not
so
really watched anything this week.
Okay, so I will bring up what you're excited about next week later in the show. So if there's something there, we'll talk about that. I will say this. So you said the theater that is closest, they always do French subtitles, or do they need a French
No,
dub?
they always do the French translation. Like if the movie is not like voice acted in French, like
Hmm.
voiceover, the I think they have like one time on Sundays. I think the Sunday evenings they show the original versions, but that's it.
Okay,
Otherwise, it's
but everything
French.
else has to have French translations or French dub.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. And I don't know the frequency of all those films. But I mean, obviously, films are distributed to France all the time, so I'm assuming they just save a
Yeah, yeah,
copy
yeah. Like
for
the big ones,
for
and
Quebec. Yeah.
that's why like they have like a smaller selections. Also, it's because they are staying like on the like I would call the triple A of the movies. Like
Yeah. That's interesting to know. Well, very
yeah.
cool. Yeah, I it's funny because my wife has visual challenges. She has macular degeneration of her eyes. So for her, it's difficult. Even though she speaks a lot of languages, she predominantly, most movies she'll watch in English, or she'll ask if there's like Netflix, at least as good as, like, they'll have a dub version of different languages too, which is kind of nice because you can watch it in the original Korean, or you can see it with that. And obviously, those are never the best, but sometimes it's helpful to her because she's like, I may not be able to read the subtitles. So if I can't, I want to see it some way. So Peter Jackson films, or not Peter Jackson, Benicio del Toro, a lot of his Spanish films, right? Obviously he wouldn't dub those. It's like he's not going to do that. And then the sub, so she hasn't seen a lot of those, like Pan's Labyrinth. She hasn't seen it because she's like,
Oh no,
I'm not going to be able to enjoy it, right?
it's
Because
so good.
unless you
So
made the subtitles like huge, she'd be challenged with it. Yeah. And I think that's the thing with other people that are blind. Obviously, uh, subtitles are just not an option. They need the secondary auditory description plus
yeah,
thing. So I think that's something where we need probably happy medium, and maybe that's something where that's one of the few things that I think maybe AI could help with. If they can't afford to hire actors or to do that, then maybe they do that. So I totally get it. So, I'm getting I guess I'm getting heckled by Clint. Is it
Yeah,
Pan's? Did I say something right?
no, Pan's Labyrinth.
Yes. Did I
It's
say
an
something wrong?
awesome movie. No, I think he just loves the movie.
Oh, he's
Like,
liking it. Okay, cool.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah, like
did I
I
say
love it too.
Pants Labyrinth? If I said Pants Labyrinth, then that's weird about
Yeah,
pants
no,
in a
Pants.
labyrinth. That would be very weird. But I totally get it. So yeah, and really quick, Clint said, finish watching Paradise season 1. Yes, Clint, I'm still got one more episode to watch. Great show. And yeah, I'm on the final episode. Yes, 7 was great. It was amazing. So, all right, for me, I have watched some other things, but I feel like I've only watched one episode, so it's not worth talking about yet. But I'm gonna watch. But I did go to the theater to see one of my favorite horror franchises, Scream 7. I don't Scream 7 is the actual number, but I probably is because they had different subtitles and things
Yeah,
like
they are doing like the Resident Evil thing. At some points, they remove
that.
the numbers and
Exactly, and they had a Scream TV series too on MTV. It's kind of crazy, but this film is it's interesting because the series was started off with Kevin Williamson was the writer and Wes Craven was the director. Stephen um, the writer also was the writer on Dawson's Creek. So it's kind of funny that we had this guy that was behind Dawson's Creek, writing it, creator, then went and wrote this. But he's got really good at dialogue in teens. So I think that's why Wes Craven said, hey, I'll take this project on because the script is really good because it's written by teens. And it was the take on let's play with the tropes of horror, and let's kind of we're at a point now we've had so many horror films. Let's play with them. And it's been fun and it's been reinvented many times with the cast. And then this one is back with Sydney as the main protagonist. She was the Scream Queen, the final girl, and she skipped the last 2 films, I believe, and now she's back in this one. It was probably more about dollars than it was choices. And they tried to reboot the film with this with Jenna Ortega and her sister being the child of one of the killers, Skeet Ulrich's killers. Like they were like the secret children, or so they had that legacy of actually being the children of serial killers. So, and that was kind of cool because they brought in some other protagonists. They went to New York in the previous in the one with Jenna Ortega. It was great. Really enjoyed that because it was imagine having a killer not in a small town but in the city. So it's anyone could get you anywhere. And yeah, Billy's kid storyline. Yep, Billy was kind of neat. But yeah, the one actress, unfortunately, she said something about being pro Gaza because of all the stuff happening. So she was removed, and then Jenna Ortega decided she's too popular now for this, and she moved her own too. So, oh wait, Parks and Rec came on. YouTube, stop doing that. But so because of that, they really have been trying. The last film has been kind of doing that thing. They've kind of wrapped up all of those storylines. So really, it's all been about people that were originally linked to the original killing. That's who's always been the killer. So this film, I don't want to spoil anything, but Sydney is the heart of this. And Sydney only skipped the last one. That's right. But she wasn't in New York. So there was one before that, for 8 as well. So she was in the last 2, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Don't remember. Or maybe it was just the New York one. And then I don't remember. I can't remember. There's too many of them at this point. But this one is truly kind of like Sydney. It feels like maybe this is the last one. There's some callbacks to a lot of the original characters in this. But I would say for myself, largely felt like, wow, Scream is now horse. It's no longer a scream. It's a gasp. Kevin Williamson, I was hoping that he would bring something new to this, but it just felt like we've been there, done that. So see it if you're interested or you're a fan, or just wait till it comes out to another. I think it's going to be on Paramount Plus because they own the franchise. So it's a mixed bag, but I think I got it with a free. I have a movie club that I go to where it's $10 a month, but I get 1 ticket free, and then all the other tickets are a cheaper price. So it's not a bad situation. So for me, it was like that was my movie of the month, and there are going to be more movies to see, but there has not been that many that have been great lately. And if there's been any great movies, it sucks because they're limited distribution. Like that new that new film by Gore Verbinski where it's Sam Rockwell, where he goes back to the past to find people that he can that can save the world, but they're all people at a diner, and it's really wacky. And then there's another movie called Nirvana the movie, the film, I think that's what it's called. The funny part about it is it has nothing to do with Nirvana. It's a comedy troupe that makes a movie, and I've heard it's amazing too. So,
Oh, I thought it was a sort of biopic.
that's what I thought too. No, they said it's a comedy troupe that is doing a movie. They said the
Okay.
title will distract you, but the movie is great. And they said, don't even watch a trailer. It's so good. But it's a comedic type of film. So yeah, it's once again, titles sometimes
Yeah.
you pick the wrong title, right? And it goes wrong. Or the wrong commercial. I remember when Fight Club came out and they had that first trailer and people thought it was going to be this like just bros beating up each other when it was nothing at all like that. So
yeah. Like one movie, like I kind of regret that I couldn't watch because it was really limited in distribution. Is the Markiplier one, the Iron Lung?
oh, my son saw that. Yeah. What was it
that
called
one,
again?
that one I would have Iron Lung.
Yes, and it's based on a game, right?
It's based on an indie horror game. Yep.
And then Markiplier's a YouTube personality, and then he was able to make the movie. And my son did see it. I'm like, and my son does not like horror films. I'm like, you're seeing this? Yeah, my friends maybe. I'm like, okay, well, I'll be curious. My son liked it. He goes, yeah, and I knew it had issues because of length and things like that. I know Clint saw it as well, and apparently it's the movie that has the most blood ever in a film because it's essentially in a ocean of blood. Right?
Yeah, that's the main conceit is he's in a submarine in an ocean of blood. So
you better have the most blood.
Yeah,
that's kind of you got to come to the show.
But it's a nice success story because he didn't have a publisher or anything. So he was outside of Hollywood. He really made it himself, and he distributed it himself in cinemas. So and it went toe to toe with like I think Melania or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
and we know which movie actually really had the real box office. Need I say more? But yeah, I believe it's like he's essentially just in the movie by himself. There are voices that you hear, but I don't know if there's actually any other actors in the film.
I don't know either. From what I know, is the only one on camera.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, it almost beat Send Help, and I will say Send Help was such a fun film. Highly recommend that to anyone who wants a really interesting take on being stuck on a desert island with your boss that you absolutely hate and what could go wrong. And Sam Raimi directed, so you got classic Sam Raimi gore and gross. Oh, I guess there's another person. Oh, she's on screen, but doesn't look like she's gonna have a fun time with him. So, nope. All right. So that is Iron Lung. I'm assuming it may be coming to a service or a VOD very soon, so you can see it there. So definitely check that out. All right, let's get into one of my favorite parts of the week is the food we ate. So, do you have any best things you ate this week?
I went classic this week, and also because I have doctor's order, I have to eat more red meat, apparently. So
are you low on iron?
Yeah, not iron, B12 vitamin or something. I'm doing what the doctors ask me. I trust him.
That's a hard ask, red meat, right?
Yeah, it's so hard on me. So no, I had a good steak.
My doctor didn't recommend I eat more donuts, Silcanit. So yeah, I'm a little frustrated. I need your doctor to give me a note.
Yeah, but the problem is the note doesn't work at the grocery store, so you have to pay for your red meat. Not like
so give us your example, and I'll try to find something that exemplifies what you ate, or if you have a link or a place I can go look, let me know while you're explaining it to us.
Oh no, it's a really simple like home dish, like just a nice steak, like medium rare, and some roasted vegetables.
Oh, super easy, right?
Yeah, super easy.
So what vegetables? What vegetables
though? There was potato, carrots, green beans, and a bit of cauliflowers.
Oh, super easy. And you know,
Yeah,
roasting is my favorite way
roasting.
to make fresh
Yeah,
vegetables.
put that in an oven with a bit olive oil, bit of spice, and you're good to go.
Okay.
It
So
cooks itself in the oven. So it's
oh, it's
perfect.
great. We do a lot of root vegetables, so we do rutabagas and just other things. Sweet potatoes are great too because you know you get that color, and they say if something has a lot of color, it's got full more vitamins, beta
Yeah.
carotene, carrots, things like that. Yeah, so we're trying to get better because vegetables, I love them, but I'm horrible at making them at times. But I feel like roasting is kind of like that thing; it's very hard to screw up. So
Yeah, you can't
roast more
really.
vegetables. Yeah. And it's great because you're maintaining most of like the integrity. You're not overcooking it typically, and you're locking in all those juices. And yeah, it's great. So have fun with that.
Yep.
More roasted vegetables. So you know, this is very controversial, but steak preparation. You like medium rare, right?
Yeah,
So
rare to
how
medium
do
rare.
you prepare your steak? Because I would say I do this. I do a sear on a high pan for about 3 minutes per side, and then I put it in the oven to get it safe to eat, but still so I can get that pink in the inside. And that depends on what you want. So how do you do yours?
Uh, I do that, but for pork. Like if I have a filet mignon of pork, that's what I do.
Mhm, mhm.
For beef, like honestly, just 2-3 minutes each side. If it's hot enough, it's cooked enough inside for me. So
Okay,
that's it.
okay, got it. Do you do like the butter technique where people like do the butter whiskey with a little bit of sage and they keep going like this and it's like that, or do you just do it
No,
oil, or do you use butter or do you use
not
oil?
even oil or butter. Just
Oh, okay.
like I have that grill pan,
Okay. Oh,
and
sure.
it's
Okay. So you're saying getting grill
non-adhesive.
marks and things
There's
like
no
that?
problem.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I love that. I love that. So simplicity is awesome about steak, right? People try to do so much like or do this. I'm
Yeah,
like, I am all about yeah.
you just have to put some salt, pepper, like maybe a couple spice if you want, but
Hmm.
you don't need
Yep.
much for it to be
I,
good.
I I will say the only pro tip, we watch a lot of cooking shows, and pro tip has always been let the meat rest before you cook it, right? Or before you cut it, right?
Mm. Yeah,
Like 2 to 3 minutes. So it's gonna continue to cook, but it allows it to, like, continue to cook a little bit, but also, like, it gets that, the meat kinda gets seized up a little bit, then it relaxes, and then you get that nice cuts, and you get beautiful. So, yeah. And it doesn't take long. I mean, the roasting vegetables, you just set it, forget it, right? And then when
yeah,
that's done, then you do the
and you
steak, and you're
can,
ready to
and it's
go.
in the oven. You can do something else. You're not going to burn your kitchen or anything.
I do like a little bit of horseradish on the side. Big fan
Mm.
of that too. So you don't do anything, or you just like
No.
you don't why Todd, why would you do that, you heathen?
Oh no, no, no! Like that you do it. It's awesome. I just don't take the time to do it.
Okay, great. Okay, awesome. Well, that sounds amazing. And it sounds like we had a lot of folks here, the food that are in the chat that are actually getting advice from their doctor about less fried foods. And then at this point, Clint said he would ask that he gets a second opinion for free. So there we go. So I totally get that. Yep, yep. Yeah, and I've not met Clint in person, but he doesn't look like a big guy. So he's doing something right. He's either got a good metabolism or he's actually his arteries are just so clogged he doesn't know it yet. We'll see.
Hey,
We'll see.
no problem until you know it. You know.
Oh yeah. So this is a restaurant. I don't know if I've talked about this before, but we went to a cool event, and I'll talk about the event later. But after the event, we went with two of our other friends to this really amazing restaurant in Minneapolis. It's called Hi Hi. It's run by a Vietnamese chef. Her restaurant just won the James Beard Award. So if anybody doesn't know James Beard Award, it's like the Oscars of restaurants and chefs. And she does an amazing menu of different type of things. My wife got this pancake. It was filled with delicious things. You cut it up, then you put it in a leaf and eat it. I got an amazing. Let me see if I can even find a video of it. That they do a really good job with their Instagram too. If I can find it, it was this, I believe. So this is their barramundi fish with a green curry. It is delicious with rice, a little spice, little peppercorns on it. So wonderful, so delicious. We had amazing appetizers, including these amazing not dumplings. What am I blinking on? Not dumplings. They're wontons filled with butternut squash
Ooh.
with this amazing sauce. My wife always gets the fried tofu. My friends got other things. We have these little things called fern cakes. And you hear fern cakes? That sounds horrible. It was delicious. It was like a rice flour pot sticker, but it was like an open face pot sticker. So it was filled with like pork and things. And ferns had rice. It had crispy bits, and they just have a great menu. And then the problem was it was very cold in Minneapolis last night, and we're gonna see if I can figure out the Fahrenheit to Celsius because I know that's what people
That's
use everywhere else in the world, but I don't. So it was about 18 degrees Fahrenheit. So that probably makes it like what is that?
well,
Like
it's in the negatives because I think 0 degrees Celsius is 39 or something like that.
32 Fahrenheit. Yep, zero is Fahrenheit. Yeah, 32. And so we did find out though
-7. Okay, yeah.
40. Yeah, -40 is the point
Yeah,
where
it's
Celsius
the
and Fahrenheit
point
meet.
where, yeah.
Which is so after that though, it's like anyone's guess. So it was cold. So they were totally filled. But what they do in Minnesota, because we realize we have cold weather, they have like they take their patios, they kind of enclose them for the winter, and then they will have heat in it. So it's actually reasonable. So it was kind of neat. It was like a patio because the bar was open on both sides. They said, well, you can go there. And so we had two women with us. And if anyone knows about women, and this isn't sexist, it's just they typically run different temperature than men. It's totally true. So we said
They get
they asked
colder,
if
yep.
they asked if the men would go, and I'm like, no, because if it's totally freezing out there, we don't want you to be miserable. So you check. And so they said, yep, it's perfect. I'm like, great. So we went out there. Holy cow. It was wonderful, but only wonderful about 15 minutes. I run super hot. So did my friend, the two guys, and I'm like underneath the heat lamp thing. And I felt like I was being cooked to be served later. So I was like miserable because of that, but not because of the food or company. It was amazing. The drinks they serve are great. And then because my wife is gluten sensitive, the one thing she wanted was out, and then we went to a vegan coconut ice cream by a local provider. It was a toasted coconut. I wish I knew it was vegan rather than just regular, because vegan, when you don't have real dairy, unfortunately, it's not great because it was a little gritty, but the taste was great, but just the texture was wrong. So we said, it's something a little vegan might be a little too far for ice cream for us. So, but that's okay. But yeah, great night, great friends, really fun time. So I always say this: local restaurants, and because you say you live in a more rural place, I mean, do you have a decent selection of good restaurants, or no?
No, sadly no. But like I go to Montreal like maybe twice a year, and that's when
Okay.
that's when I take
Is that a train
advantage
trip?
of that.
Is it?
Yep.
Yeah. Is that you take a train to Montreal to make it relaxing, or do you drive?
It depends. It's either the plane or I drive. Depends on what I have to do at Montreal. If I'm just going to see friends and I stay at their place, I take the plane. They get me at the airport and everything's
Oh,
good.
perfect.
If I plan to do some shopping or something like that, I drive so I can just use my car for that.
The road warrior. All right. Is there a train that could take you, or is
Nope,
it mainly bus?
it's a plane or the car.
Oh, okay. So that yeah, that's a problem with rural. Sometimes it's just that your options are just worse. So hopefully the plane is affordable, so it's not too bad, but totally get it if it's not.
Yeah, nope.
Okay.
It's affordable for once or twice a year.
Got it. Yeah, it's like, well, for the convenience and what I'm doing, it makes sense. Yeah, but if you're bringing back a bunch of gear, then yeah, you want to have the space. So very cool. Yeah, awesome. Well, let us move on. And Fable Root says, "I'll see you in Montreal for the F1 race." Hey, Fable Root. That's exciting. Is that something you're doing?
That's not something I'm doing, but I know it happens every year. I don't remember when it is though. It's probably a bit later in the year because right now it's you don't have the conditions.
Driving outside is not a good idea.
No, you have to do it, but if you could,
yeah.
end of May, yeah, in Montreal.
End of May. That's what he says. Yep, makes sense. Totally here, like, yep, I totally get it.
Yeah.
We want people to come to Minneapolis because what's happening right now, we want people to come in and visit. It's safe. I can tell you that. We were downtown Minneapolis. Nothing bad was happening. My wife is an immigrant, so she's been struggling with all this, but she felt safe enough to go out last night. So yeah, come to Minneapolis, spend some money here too. I've already invited people. So Silcanit, I know you've gone to PAX East. If you want
No,
the real
so
America.
this year I'm not going to PAX
Oh, you
East.
weren't? Oh, okay. Got it.
No,
Okay. So
because I have another trip, that kind of a better trip planned.
oh, what is it? Tell me.
I'm going to Japan for 2 weeks.
Where in Japan?
So I'm doing Tokyo for like 8 days, Kyoto for 4 days, 5 days, and then on the way back I'm going to stop. It's a little town called Kawasu, just to visit the coast, and then the next day fly off. So
Please visit Mount Tsushima before you leave to pay tribute to the game that we all love.
yeah, like I would visit Montiotei, but it's kind of far in the north. So
Yeah, well, you could do the trek up to get like up the mountain to get that with the flame sword in the game, and you'd be like, "Where's my flame sword? I went all the way up this mountain, almost died. Where's my flame sword?" Yeah,
where's my duel with the dual sword guy?
exactly. Yeah, and then go on a quest, make it a quest. It's great. No, that's amazing. I love that. I'm so jealous. I want to go to Japan. A friend of mine, we were in the Air Force together. Now he is living in Japan. He works for Boeing, and he and his wife are there. And and they just moved from one city to another, and they're having their best life. I'm like, oh man, I want that experience. And plus, they get to avoid all the nonsense that's happening here. So I'm a little jealous about that. It's on my bucket list.
Yeah, like it was on my bucket list for a while. I had that trip, almost the same trip, planned in 2020. And
why didn't you go?
I don't know. At some points, the plane stopped running. No, I legit, I had my plan almost at the same date, end of March and start of April, and like 2 weeks before my trip, that's when the COVID started and they closed everything. And so after that, I changed job, I bought a house, etc. So it took a while to reorganize it. So I'm very excited for that.
Is that a solo trip? Or are you meeting up with people? Oh my goodness, that's a fun adventure because ultimately, I know people like to go with people places, but I'm a fan of doing things solo, like concerts and things, because ultimately you don't have to worry about anybody else enjoying it. If something goes wrong, you don't feel guilty. You don't have to compromise. You can just make it all about yourself. So I'm a little jealous.
Yeah, at some point I was contemplating, like, do I take like a guided one? Like, it's my first time in Japan. It's the English is not really like, it's there, but
that's
what
really. Google, when we went to Europe and we went to all these different
Google
countries,
Translate
Germany, Italy, there's a lot of good translators now, which helps, which is great. So obviously it's going to be worth your while. And maybe French, you'll find like a French pocket there, and
maybe
start with French and see where it goes.
Yeah, maybe instead of starting with English.
Absolutely, just start there, because then at least because I always say when I go to like Europe, I say I'm Canadian, so at least I start off on a good foot, because they don't know.
They can't know better.
I've got no accent. I can probably put on a Minnesotan accent, can get very.
Oh, don't worry.
Canadian
like
accent.
French people, they wouldn't recognize it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So just really quick, so what I'd say, some of the, obviously there's the geek highlights, obviously, like what is it? The Electronics District, and then Nintendo, all those places. Any specific like geek things you want to do while you're there?
There was 2 things I wanted to do, and I won't be able to, because they apparently have so much people. They operate on a draw system. You have to register, and if they draw your number, you can buy a ticket. And that was the Nintendo Museum in Kyoto.
Oh, that's
and
right.
I didn't get selected, so I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And they opened here end of February. I think this weekend they are opening a Pokemon attraction park.
Right. Yes.
The Pokemon Forest, Kanto. And I realized too late that they had pre-order of the tickets 2 months before. And when I checked, everything was sold out. So I won't be able to do that either.
Oh,
But I mean, I can still visit the the Pokemon Center in Tokyo, and spend way too much money there. I have some Ghibli stores I want to hit. I have planned it's an activity to forge my own knife, Japanese knife.
oh, fantastic.
I think it's
That's
like
amazing.
so you're going there to end up with a knife from there. I know.
And
I
you're gonna
also
just
want.
carry that on the plane, right? When you go back, you're just gonna carry this on the
Oh
plane
yeah,
and
right in the hand.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah. It's like, yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Look at my souvenir.
yeah.
Oh, I love that. So that leads me to there's a couple of obviously things you can do that are unique. So the Super Mario Brother World in Universal Japan, and also then um oh, Disney in Japan, Disney Sea, as I believe is what it's called. I've heard those are amazing. Do you have any plans
Okay.
for either of those?
For now, no. Like I said,
So
I really have a minimal amount of planning. I have that activities. I have
yeah, well,
the
that's good. And
and I have
yeah,
the Team Lab Mori. It's electronic visual museum kind of
hmm,
exposition
yep.
that looks really awesome. And apart that, like I have a list of temples I want to check, some castles. I saw Fable say like yeah, a day trip to Osaka from Kyoto. It's probably on the list. You know, it's not canned, but it's just a couple hours of train, so you can just spend the day over there.
Well, I
So
would say I think it's awesome. When are you doing this? Doing this in 20 this year or later?
yeah, this year, 20th of March, from the 20th of March to
Oh, so
4th of
like
April.
literally in 3 weeks. Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's amazing. I love that. And I think the good part is when you're there, if you feel like, hey, I want a little more guided experience, I bet you'll have no problem finding like a tour that's available and you can just hop on it. So you've got that more of a because when we do that in Europe, I've only gone to Europe on guided tours and they're great, but yeah, there's less self-exploration, but you
Yeah,
can get
when
a
I
little bit of
checked
both.
their program, it was like, oh yeah, you can see that and that and that and that,
Yeah.
and on 9 days of trip, you have a 1 day free. You do whatever you
Yeah.
want. Like,
Yeah. It's finding that
no.
perfect meeting, or that perfect balance, right, of, like, what you can do and going from there, so,
Mm.
very cool. Well, I definitely wanna hear more. I would love to have you back on just to tell me all about that experience. I would love to hear about that,
Once I have all
and
the
just,
photos, all the
yeah.
pictures.
Well, I'd also like to, just like I think if anybody wants to go there, kind of like your experience. What was it like? Just even how long of a flight? What do you do? Any like, hey, I wish I'd have done this, or wow, that was bad, and I shouldn't have wasted time, or man, I really want to do that. So, and I know you probably are talking to people that have gone there and getting tips, right?
Mm.
Excellent, yeah.
Slideshow.
Uh, exactly, and then, yep, we need a slideshow that you'll give us a PowerPoint presentation, and everybody will be here for it. Yes, absolutely. Well, that's awesome. I love that. That's kind of more your experiences, so we got a little bit of that. So, any other things you did or experienced this week that you're like, "This is amazing," could be, anything or music or books? I just leave those categories available if there's anything else we missed.
Music wise, Gorillaz came out with new music, so
Okay,
that's more
so
my alley.
please, you're gonna have to spell it out loud for me because what is it called?
Gorillaz.
Oh, the Gorillas.
Gorillaz, yeah,
Oh, okay, yes, with a Z, yeah, the
yeah,
band
with a D, yeah.
who is kind of like that fake pseudo band, but they have the imagery.
Well,
Uh,
all their like music video are like animated cartoons.
oh, absolutely. And do they? I'm trying. Who the members of it? Is there anybody famous? They've had other people, but is there like anybody that's like a member of it or performed with them that be like, oh yeah, they perform with Gorillas?
I don't remember. I don't know enough for that.
But yeah, I mean, I've heard a lot of their songs, their videos are amazing, and sometimes I'm like, I think they bring in other people, but I don't know who the core members of the band are. I don't know if they're secretive about it, like they won't tell you, but yeah. And look at this, it's Mowgli from the Jungle Book, basically. Isn't that kind of
Yeah,
cool? Playing that, the guy who's is kind of
yeah.
inspirational by
The
it.
mountain, the moon cave, and the sad god, like all
Yeah.
of Disney.
Oh, that animation is really good. Hopefully, this definitely looks like the Jungle Book. I like that how they did that. That's neat with the snake and oh wow. So the album is out and they also dropped all the videos with it. Is that what happened?
I don't think all the videos. I think it's just
Okay.
that one. But yeah, new
Okay. Well,
album.
cool. Well, great. This looks amazing. I will definitely check it out. This looks like it's only 8 minutes long. The soundtrack is going to probably be interesting. And wow, they're going full on with a more of a Japanese looking dragon or Chinese dragon. That's cool. So I will find out more, or maybe it's Indian legendary. Those are areas where I probably should get smarter about. But very cool. I need to say this for my son. My son and I were talking about it, and he said, I said, "Did you watch the Pokemon Day event?" And he said, "No, but Bruno Mars album just dropped. So I need to listen to it. We are going to see Bruno Mars. My son's always wanted to see him. He wanted me to buy him tickets for Bruno Mars in residency in LA with Silk Sonic. I can't afford that. Flights to Vegas plus that. I think it was like $600 just per ticket. And then the flight to Vegas and, you know, but we are seeing Bruno Mars here, which is great. It's going to be awesome. All three of us
Yeah,
going.
sure.
His friend, because I'm like, do you want us to get you tickets? Oh, no, my friend's going to get them. So when I hear that, it means they aren't going to get tickets. They're going to screw around. They're 20-year-olds. So I'm like, I will buy 3 tickets. I will get it. And if you get friends a ticket, I'll either sell it or find somebody to go. One friend decided to go and he got like the VIP tickets, $600. So he gets a free ticket. And he's going with us, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. So I love Bruno Mars and so excited for it. And awesome time to be a fan. So let's get into just events or experiences. Anything there you want to hit on? Silcanit?
Of this week,
Yeah.
not really. Like the Pokemon event was kind
Tell
of
me
an
about the
event
Pokemon.
for
Give
me
me
because
like the big events because I've got friends who are big into it. I know there was that weird Pokemon music player with 44 cartridges.
yeah, it's like a gadget to have like Pokemon music,
So
and
weird.
like it's one song per cartridge, so you end up with 45 cartridge, like small ones, but still like once you open the box, like where are you going to put all that?
It's like having your CD like bag with you, like, oh
yeah, like I mean, I was doing that when I was a teenager and I had my Sony M disc player, you know.
Oh my goodness. But at least you could get more songs on it than one, right?
Oh yeah. You could put MP3 on that, and you are good to go. But yeah, I was expecting it because
So I'm sharing is something. You can walk me through these announcements.
well, I was there only for the Gen 10 announcement because all the Pokemon fluff around, you know, like the Pokemon Unite and Champions and stuff like that. I don't really care that much. I'm waiting for the new Pokemon Pokopia, the one with Ditto and the crafting.
Oh, that's so weird. It's like a dungeon. It's like Dragon Warriors Builders, right?
Yes, and it's made by the same team. The same
that's
developer.
Great news then, because that game is those games are well loved.
Yeah, they know what they are doing on the crafting side. So I'm very excited for that one. So I didn't need to see more of it, but that Pokemon Winds and Waves, that's
Gen 10, right?
Gen 10. That was the reveal we were waiting for. A bit sad that it's not this year because this year is the 30th.
Not this year.
No, it's next year.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's a bit far away. But we have the starters, the new starters. And
I don't have them.
I love.
Please tell me who they are.
So you have Browt. It's the BROWT.
I'm just gonna bring them up because I always have to see them because sometimes you get a duck that looks like Donald Duck or Trump. Sorry. Let's see. So is there a good picture of them? Here we go. So we've got this. I'll bring this up bigger, maybe. Oh, here we go.
Yep.
So this is what they look like in the game.
That's in the game. So you have both the grass type bird Pokemon. You have a Pombon, the dog fire. Like,
oh, he's so cute.
That dog is cute, but he looks so like
Doofy.
It's like there's
He's
like
like
two
a
brain
he's like
cells
a
not connected.
Pomeranian.
Yeah, oh yeah,
He's
totally.
like a Pomeranian. Yeah,
Oh,
the least scary dog in the world.
yeah. And Gekwa, I think it's
Oh,
called.
really? How did they come up with that name?
It's a aqua gecko. Yeah.
Let's see. I had a picture of them,
That
like more
it
less.
looks
Yeah.
good, but it's not really my type. So I'm going with a
Here
with a
we go.
grass type bird.
So here we go. This is like more of like just. Oh no, that's what did I not pick up? Just click on the right one. I was trying to bring up this picture.
That's
It's small. It did.
Gekwa.
It don't. So Brout, Pomeranian makes sense, and Gekwa. Interesting. So, and they only start with the starters. You have no clue what they'll evolve into, right?
Nope, no idea.
All right. Well, it's
And
better than those
that's
Pokemon that are like. It's better than Pokemon that's like a keychain, a bag of garbage, and
yeah, you have those too, but
Oh,
yeah,
you
and
want
that's
more
one of
you
the.
want more inanimate objects?
No, I don't.
Oh my goodness, that's funny. Obviously lots of merch. Let me put it back on the screen. We've got our starters. Oh, I could have gone back further down. And you said that's coming out 2027 only
Yeah.
on Switch 2, it sounds like.
Yep. People
That's
are
good news,
already crying
probably.
over that, but
Yeah.
at some point we have to leave the Switch one behind.
Pokemon Champions, is that a thing that people
Yeah,
fear?
it's a multiplayer Pokemon battles.
Okay. Switch and Switch 2. Oh, here we go. If you own the Switch online.
Yeah, you have the new now that we Switch 2 as the GameCube games on the NSO.
Got it. Only for Switch 2, right? Because those
Yep.
games, the GameCube is only on the Switch 2 because
Yes.
obviously, how could the Switch
the Switch is not powerful enough
I know.
to run GameCube games. So.
That's so funny. So that's cool, yeah, because I had not played any of those games, but I heard that one's more like a different style
that
Pokemon,
one too,
right?
but like it's a good, like it's the occasion, like.
And they cleaned it up. I mean, and they do get like some
They clean it up, and
things.
then you don't have like nowadays if you start from zero and you want to play a GameCube game, you have to buy a GameCube, and you have to buy a game, and
the
retro market is
Oh, yeah.
so expensive. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and you're also going to still have a GameCube game that is probably, obviously still tied to the past, and at least this way, some people said maybe they'll open up for some of these things to allow for, modern features, and they did. Oh, and they did announce what the
like for all games on the Nintendo Online, like the Game Boy, the NES, the SNES, you have save states.
Yes.
So you can rewind. You can just save whenever you want, like just before a boss, so you don't have to backtrack every time. Like I played A Link to the Past. The Zelda,
I love that. Yeah.
SNES.
Yeah.
Thank God for save states, because
exactly.
I would have thrown the game out so fast.
Zelda 2 on the NES is another game without save states. I played it as a kid because I had nothing better to do. But once again,
that's
I
kind
also
of the
had to
thing,
leave my NES on to do that.
At the time, the game makers could get away with it because there was not as much games, and people were buying 1-2 games a year for their birthday and Christmas. So you stuck with it, and you had only that to play, so it was okay. But
so here's that game music collection. As you can see, it's ridiculous. It's funny. Every cart on the back of it has like a static image, right? Yeah. So it looks like a game. They said obviously this thing doesn't play any of that, and then it does sound like the Pokemon music. So I mean,
on the Game Boy. So yeah, you have Game Boy sound, and it's like $100 or something like that.
And that yet I'm sure there's no other way to find Pokemon music another way in a convenient format.
No way. Oh no,
it's never available. No. And then other than that, the cards, obviously. So one thing that was not included, so it was dropped before, was the 2 GBA games that you can buy on Switch for $20 each. Have you been interested in those?
Fire Red, yeah, and Emerald Leaf, Green Leaf. Yeah, Fire Red and Green Leaf. I have an analog pocket.
Yeah,
you know.
yep.
So I'm not going to spend $20 to have them on my Switch.
It's so
It's cool.
weird.
It's cool
Yeah.
that it makes it available like easier for people because, like we said, like retro market. Like even if you have a Game Boy Advance, if you don't have the cartridge and you want to buy the cartridge, that thing sells for like thousands of dollars. I think. Like it's ridiculous.
So
Like
so with that, I'm just wondering if this is the way they go, which I think is fine. It's giving them people option. You'll own it
yeah,
as much as you can own anything. Are they gonna like bring in like those like Pokemon
yes.
home things, trading Pokemon? Are they gonna actually add like new value to this that will make it like, oh, this is cool,
Well,
right?
like just this one, they are already adding more values for it because you can remotely play with friends and see what they're playing, their
Oh,
screen and
really?
yours.
Okay. Does
And
that
you have the
require
connection.
NSO? Does that require like to do that stuff?
It's Nintendo, so I won't be surprised.
Okay, okay. I was gonna say because they would not let that go for free. They're not
Probably not.
fools.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, just like I don't use it, but a lot of people like their Pokemon Home and have all their collection at one place, all their Pokédex. So
Kind of nice
they,
though, because
they, they couldn't have the Gen 1s until now, so now
I mean, I think that's kind of
151
cool
more.
because as we grow older, those things obviously from our past are you're nostalgic for. You want to feel like this is my journey through Pokemon. This is what I had. So I think that's kind of neat. I mean, I'm not in that I mean, I joke on my old show. I used to with my friend Mark. He's a Canadian as well. He's out in New Cape Breton, out in Halifax, in the middle of nowhere. He's in the
Mhm.
Atlantic, so he has his
Oh,
own
yeah.
time zone.
Yep.
And there are sea monsters out there that will eat you. And he is a Pokemaniac. And I always joke with him. I know nothing about it. I only know about it from my son. I call myself Todd, and I'm a self-proclaimed Pokemon expert. So we did a game called Todd where he gave me a name of Pokemon and I had to describe it. It was very fun. I would like to bring that game back. So maybe I do that on a future episode. I get you can quiz me and you can tell me how close I am.
I'm not that much of an expert on Pokemon. Like, I get maybe
Uh,
half of it.
I'm the expert. You don't have to be the expert because I'll
Okay.
tell you everything you want to know. You just see it. You just quiz me to see if I'm right, right? Yeah. Or maybe I'm quizzing you. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, here we go. And Freight says, when I was deep in it, I used to pay for Pokemon Home. It was very freeing spiritually and financially. Let that all go. That's so funny. Like, yeah, they got you in so many different ways. It's like, but Nintendo's great, but they are the best at monetizing your nostalgia. Yeah. All right.
They are really good at it.
All right. Well, thank you for covering that. I almost like, oh, that's great. So for me, this is the last thing we're going to cover today. But an event I did that was very cool. I was invited to this with my friends. Friends of ours are children's authors. That's what they do full time. My wife is a part time child's author because she actually, she's wanting to be full time, but she can't. So we have a local literary center called The Loft, and they do these cool events. They teach, they do all these things, and they do special events. And they had an amazing event because of specifically kind of what's happening in Minneapolis right now, all of the upheaval. And they had this amazing event. They just scheduled, just at the last minute. And let me bring it up if I can bring it up to share. It's called Milkweed Editions, which is the name of the bookstore that's there. And then Pen America present Bread, Borders, and Belonging. So Pen America is kind of like there is an international organization and also in each country where they do things to protect authors and cover issues within the writing world and authors. And it was amazing. So not only did we get the head of Pen America, but we got the head of Pen International. So this gentleman right here, his name is let's see, gotta get it right. Bernhard, no, this is Dana Mangetsu. He's the president of Pen America. Great guy, love his hair. He's got like the crazy professor hair, and I'm like, maybe if I grew my hair out, look like that too. I love it. Great guy. Then we had Dana. Oh no, yeah, and then Burnham Sonmez. He's the president of Penn International. He's from Turkey. He's also in exile because of being persecuted. He actually lives in the UK now. He's also a lawyer by trade. which is great. And then we had Padma Lakshmi from Top Chef, you know, personality host, one of the most beautiful women in the world, has done many, is his focus now. She's been partnering with ACLU, and which is the American Civil Liberties Union, and also then doing a lot of food coverage. She goes Taste the Nation, which is a show she's done about covering basically taking food in a way to present to people that might have uh, ignorant views about immigrants and those things, and kind of bringing their stories to life in a way she feels like it's kind of like a little bit of sugar from a presentation, but also giving them something helpful and hopefully trying to change minds of people or influence them in a good way. So she was great. She'd never been to Minneapolis before. She's lived in the U.S. since she was 4 years old. She came from India, so she's been here 50 years. Hasn't been to Minneapolis. I'm like, oh, for shame, but she came. That's part and part. Then we had a local author and professor, Victoria Blanco. She is Mexican American, teaches here, has lived here. She's got children here. And then we also had an amazing poet, and I'm going to kill her name, Monica Schminke. I always think the name sounds funny, Schminke, but she's a great poet, local poet to Minnesota. And then we had Monica Rojas. She's a children's author. She got to open with a reading of her book about this little girl who has a American father, English father. What do you call it? White dude American father with a Spanish or Mexican mom, and she is Spanish. I believe she's Latino American, the author. And it was just about this little girl who had two nanas, her favorite people in the world. So she had a nana and she had an abuela. And she basically talked about the two things. And she speaks both English and Spanish. They came to take care of her where her parents went out. And it was so funny. It was kind of like this little girl who's very young, essentially merged the languages together. And the parents said, you'll need this list of terms your granddaughter uses because she comes with her own. Yeah, that's what kids do. So the grandmothers were like, no, we'll figure it out. And it was just very cute, very charming that the both grandmothers learned to kind of speak a third language. And it was enjoyable about mixed families, their heritage, the languages. Really beautiful book to start with on a very serious topic. And then we ended with the topic of we got a really amazing poem by Ali Schminke about what's going on with Minnesota. She's a beat poet. So she wanted us to react as we're doing this, laughing. It was a very short poem, but it was at the heart of Minnesota, dealing with all these issues, and then bringing it back to the fact that it's not us for them. It's basically Minnesota coming together through this. It was amazing. And part of the theme was, how do we do in Minnesota what we did to basically fight back upon a surge, all these things to normalize fear, everything like that.
To go against that.
Exactly. That's why
not let it take over.
Exactly. And we didn't do it violently, although violent actions happen to people here. And we did our best to push back. And even our mayor, Jake Fry, went to Minneapolis to talk to Mondani, the mayor of New York, to basically say, I'm going to give you hints and tips on how, when they come to New York, you can be prepared.
Yeah, they're going, yeah.
Oh yeah, they're going to go everywhere. And it's like, I'm assuming we learned some things when they were in other parts of the country too. And let's not be fools. That the one thing that the one gentleman from Penn International spoke about, he goes, this is a thread across all countries in the world right now. The right conservative influence is happening everywhere. It's happening in Italy. It's happening in different parts of the country, even in the UK, that you see hearing these voices.
France too,
yeah. And Canada, I know there's been some opposition things, but obviously what's going on with the government there, they've been very vocal about, we're against this. So that's great. But as you know, governments can change. People can elect someone else that, yeah.
Even if the government doesn't change, Canada is a small country.
Yes.
We are very dependent on the US.
Which is sad because we want to be good partners, but and he made a good point. He's like, there's two Americas. There's the America of our government and the Americans. And unfortunately, so much of the world is seeing the American government, which is just frustrating. So it's very frustrating. So I this was a great event. Loved it to pieces. And the the person who was doing the moderation was amazing too. I think she was from New Zealand. She was amazing. But just great event. Got to have a lot of fun. I got to ask a question because sadly, when writers are in an audience, even though they've got a lot of words, they're always they're not speakers at points. They're a lot of just,
they're using words, but on paper, they're
and I
not
speak
public
a lot.
speakers.
And I always hate to be the white guy who speaks up, but obviously my wife is, I'm an ally to them. And so one of the things I talked about is kind of like, how can they spread the word about what we did, and also help people come to Minneapolis to help our businesses because they were shut down. We lost $100 million, and it was mostly impacting people of color, people of that were scared to come out of their homes because they were worried about their citizenship, even if they're illegal here on work visas, that they may get taken away. So there's some great things that we can do. Padma actually had a great idea. Hey, get on Goldbelly, which is a great service where we can send food from our restaurants to people to eat, and you can pay for it. So like, that's a great idea. So it was great. Padma was amazing. Some people may see her as like this very stoic person who you think is, oh, she's just beautiful and all these things. She has been trying to use her platform to do good. So it was amazing. And the great part about it, the one woman that we went with, our friend, she is a Padma Lakshmi super fan, and we got pictures with her. So I will share those pictures. I don't have it readily available, but it was awesome. I had so much fun. It felt great. Actually, I do have one here. So this is them. I'm not in the picture, but there's my wife. Of course, she'll yell at me because the picture I took, she's blinking. There's my friend Steven. He's an author. Trisha, also an author. And that's the author I talked about who read her book. And there's Padma. And I did get one picture. I in another picture as in the selfie, and it was great. So it was just so much fun. And she said the whole night, Trisha's like, I thought I was going to pass out. So my wife, you've got to talk to Padma about the fact of what she's going through as an immigrant. It was an amazing night. And then we went to high after. So kind of wrapped it all up. We had an amazing event.
That
amazing
sounds like
night.
a day and a half.
Oh my God. It was just wonderful. So I'm glad I live here. Minneapolis is a wonderful place for art, theater, music. And I highly recommend anyone coming out. I will host you. I will give you a tour. The Mall of America is here. Prince's Studio, Paisley Park is here. We've got amazing parks, beautiful places. But come May to October, I'm not gonna sell you the fact that it doesn't get cold here. But even when it's cold, it's a hell of a good time.
I know what it is. So
yep.
It doesn't change anything for me. I could come any day. Because it's
absolutely, and there's always cool events coming up here.
It's even less than 18. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and it's not easy to get to. But I will say, if you're a video game fan, we have 2 amazing video game conferences. One coming up that I'm going to be going to with my son, VGM. It's a video game music conference. It's amazing. They get bands playing. It's awesome. My son's excited because my son plays in the University of Minnesota symphony and jazz band. And he's going there. The university does even have some video game band. And then we also have 2DCon in the fall. And it's such a fun time. They have developers, they have a competition. And I actually competed in Red Bull is doing a video game competition. I competed, the old guy. I ended up in 4th place out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, we have to teach the young ones how it's done,
Oh, the game they made us play was horrible. It was horrible. But then we finally got to Meat Boy. Or was it Super Meat Boy? I did okay, but man, that's a game that when you're being watched by somebody else,
yeah,
it was being shown.
It's a hard game in any circumstances, but yeah, in public.
And I quite honestly, I'm not good at those games either. I love platformers, but I have to rewind and do it again. But I will say I stood up for 50-year-olds around the world. Okay, before we leave, give me one thing you're excited about coming this week that you're going to do, watch, read, eat, whatever.
I'm excited to finally, and I should have started earlier, but I'm going to start the season 2 of Free Reign. It's an anime.
What's it called?
Frieren.
Okay, you have once again. You
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
spell
I
it
will
for me.
spell it. F
Okay.
R
Wait.
I
Oh, wait. Let me bring it up quick before we go. Let's see. So FRI.
I E R E N.
Oh, okay. I will look at a trailer.
It's
Maybe I don't get
probably
banned.
like the first season is probably like the best piece of anime
Okay, this is on
that you can watch.
Crunchyroll.
Hmm?
This
Yes,
is on
it's on
Crunchyroll. Okay.
Crunchyroll. The story is like Frieren is that elf mage that lived for a
Okay.
very long time. She's very old. She's like 500 year old or something. And at some point, a young human hero asks her to come to his party to kill the Demon King. But the story of Frieren, it's not that. It's after the hero dies of old age because they go and they kill the Demon King. But when the hero dies of old age, she realizes all the time she spent with them and maybe didn't appreciate it on the moment
Mm.
as she should.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's journeying up north to his tomb, I think, or something like that. And she takes with her like young humans, like kind of disciples of her companions, like a young mage and a young warrior.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's very heartfelt, very
Oh, and it's
wholesome.
a whole. It's multiple seasons or
And
just
so
one season.
the second season is
Okay.
started like a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, I love
But
that.
it's also like there are really good action sequences, like animated beautifully. Like it's not just contemplative. There are a
Mhm.
lot of that, and that's the main draw for me. But there are still some action, to keep you going. So yeah, I
Mhm.
recommend on my list. If
Oh.
if you if you like anime but don't watch much of it, it's maybe
Mhm.
like the one to watch.
That's good to hear because the common theme about like, immortals or people that live a long time is obviously depending on how you do. You have like Highlander, right? Or you
Yeah,
have other examples of that, and it's just also like some of them disengaged, right, with others because they're like, I can't have connections because I can't see people die. It's too heart wrenching, right, over time. Or they enjoy the ride maybe as different personas, so they can actually like
they
appear through
change
time,
sequence.
and people don't understand like, oh, why aren't you aging, right? There's been even like the Twilight movies dealt with that. Like they want to keep pretending to be high school students, so they keep moving around to put into high school. And it is interesting, like you're saying, like basically she sounds like she because she's long lived, that she doesn't really realize that they're short lived and wow, I've got to enjoy it while it lasts. Yeah, it's their ephemeral. I'm forever, and that's really beautiful. And you said that so basically she's going to take these followers and kind of eh, relive some of her experiences by telling
Yeah,
them.
yeah, like almost half of each episode, like not maybe half, but every
Mhm.
episode kind of has a flashback, kind of.
Okay, that's a good way to do it
So
because right,
yeah,
because then it's like you're getting her experience through that, and then also it's leading
yeah,
towards your
and
arc.
because we
Yeah.
follow her and stuff that happens now reminds her of what happened before, and that's kind of one of the lessons she learns, that she was very distant, like for hundreds of years of her life, like
Hmm.
living as a hermit, because like you said, she's immortal, and she knew that like her master was human and died, and so she kind of isolated herself because she knows she's going to live for almost ever and see a lot of people die, so she doesn't want to see people
Wow. That
until that
that is
changes.
yeah.
And she learns that what makes what's worth is the connection itself, not the duration of it.
is exactly kind of like even like the Lord of the Rings with Galadriel, and and understanding like, do you make another choice to go down that path of loss that you're going to get? It's like owning a dog. I mean, I think that's the owning pets is like that, right? We're long lived.
Yeah,
Our pets, we know we will surpass them, and you know that you'll come there to that point. And some people can't deal with that, but some people are like, it's not the length, it's the depth of that experience.
exactly.
Well, very cool. We got deep. We got deep. Oh my goodness.
I,
Well, I'm
like
gonna
I'm trying to sell anime each time to people, saying to them, it's not just Dragon Ball, it's not just like Naruto or like One Piece. It's just not just action for or humor. Like there's an anime for everybody.
yeah.
There's every subjects are covered. So
Yeah, it's just the format. It's like it would say, "Film is this." No, it's a animated format because Disney and other American, studios were doing basically kid-focused things. In Japan, they did the opposite. They said, "We're gonna be able to animate every story in a way and tell it that way," which I feel like there's not a lot of great options in the US, but sometimes when there are, it's like we're very lucky. But I wish we had more, right? Because I feel like anything by a U studio has to have like $30 billion of gross revenue. And if it doesn't, it's a failure. That's why I always feel like science fiction, like animated movies, typically don't do well because there's not a silly rat that sings, there's not like goofiness. And it's hard to tell those really important stories that way. So I hope we get more because I think there's more. And I think though we are getting there with maybe like not traditional anime, but I would say animated films with more of a Western focus of story. Like what's the one movie that we like from League of Legends?
Arcane.
Yeah, Arcane. So like there's examples like that, and I think there's some really good ones too. That we're seeing more and more of. K-pop Demon Hunter, I think, is a great entry point to people to like check out this medium. It's very cool. It's very different. And then there was another movie we liked. It was based on a book series, and we just loved the movie. It was great. So, and my son is big into anime, so he's dragging me through. Like I had anime when I was younger, where and in college with Evangelion and things like that. And obviously, I started with Robotech because
There's a new
you
one
know,
coming.
a Macross was great, and I loved it, and I didn't realize the 3 stories were from different series, so, I love it, it's great, yeah, and I totally agree. So much good anime out there, and I think because there's so much, we need people like you to recommend what they should focus on that could appeal to anyone versus just, like, the weebs or the people like, things, because all that stuff they're gonna be
Oh,
fan
because
service, there's gonna be goofy ones, yeah.
I won't lie to you. There are still some animes I wouldn't recommend to maybe even anime fans because
Yeah.
they have their trope and sometimes they
Yeah. Like,
not
one of
the
my
same.
son's favorite is, I was in Reincarnated Slime, I think is what it's called, or
Yeah,
something like that,
reincarnated
and
as
he
a slime.
loves it. He
Yeah,
goes like, "Dad, this is so cool." I'm like, "Okay." He really, like, does a lot more than you would think, and I
yep.
always joke to him, like, "I wish they would get better on the titles because some of the titles just feel like, this is the description, and that's it." And it's like, "Come on, guys. We can't be like, I was a toilet bound whatever," and
Yeah,
it's just like,
toilet banana. Yeah.
you may just actually have to change the title for American audiences. It's like those Square games that get like the horrible titles, and it's like, guys, just try a little better. It can be that in Japan, but hey, can you put this in a way that would be like, hmm, not as embarrassing, right? Like, is it okay to date 85 demons when you're, going into a dungeon? There's some really weird ones. I used to do that. I used to do is this real? Is this a real title or not? And I would pick like 5 titles and I'd have somebody guess.
And they're probably all true anyway.
Oh, exactly. They could be. Yeah. So, and I did that to somebody who doesn't watch any at all. So we joked because every week there was like, this is the list of shows that are coming. I'm like, really? So fun times. Really quickly for mine, I was just talking to my friends last night about Frankenstein. How like there's so many. She's like, I feel so bad. I'm an author and all these things, and I never read Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I'm like, I don't know if that many people have, but they've seen all of the movies. They've seen all the things. So, and we have a really cool museum here that actually is a kind of like a pseudo. They do a really cool exhibit from Mary Shelley. They do a presentation. It's really awesome. It's a history of and so because of that, I've been a big fan. And we just got the Netflix Guillermo del Toro movie, and we're never going to run out of Frankenstein stories.
Oh,
But
nice.
there's one coming out that I'm not sure if it's on anybody's radar. It's called The Bride, which there was a movie called The Bride in the 80s with Sting basically being,
Meeting Sting.
Frankenstein and making a monster, a woman though. Interesting movie. Check it out if you're interested in seeing Sting in his glory in the 80s. But in this instance, this is a weird gangster take on Frankenstein where Christian Bale is the monster. And he's got a deep, like almost like Brooklyn mobster accent, and he is getting a bride. And it's basically Bonnie and Clyde, but they're both Frankenstein's monsters. And I can't show
Interesting.
the trailer because I've learned that Warner Brothers will say, "Hell no, you can't show
Ah,
that." But that's the premise. And Maggie Gyllenhaal is directing it. Jake Gyllenhaal's in it, and this just looks crazy. It looks so much fun. It's different. It's a cool take on a cool premise. And I'm glad we're getting takes like this. So obviously, we already got that one. That Emma Stone was in, that was kind of like the same tale, but it was obviously humorous, and was it Wild Things or she won an Oscar for it, the performance. It had Mark Ruffalo, and basically she was a child in a woman's body, and it was
Oh,
like
yeah, that one.
yes.
Oh, it was a kind of controversial also.
Oh, very full of sex, and it was kinda like she's kind
Yeah,
of
it's
got the
like
personality.
she's kind of a child, but
Yeah, she's
still
like it's just imagine like she's newly born but into a woman's body, and goes on a sexual experience, and it's
poor
comedic at
things.
times.
Poor
Oh,
things.
yes, yes, yes. So I know some people
Yeah.
are like, I don't want to see it. I'm like, I felt really weird too because I'm like, it feels like awkward and like, but yeah, poor things. Thank you, Clint. Thank you. So there you go. So it's like, I think this one will be a fun ride. It's a Warner Brothers film, so while Warner Brothers is still not
Still alive. Still not
being
sold.
kidnapped by Paramount or whoever, I'm glad they're making
At
movies
least
like this.
not Netflix at least. Netflix
It,
recently.
well, in the US, Paramount, they already bought CBS, and we saw what happened to CBS News, and they're going to own CNN, and we'll see what happens there. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
But at least their movies will be in the theater. So fun times. Well, that is it for the show. Holy cow. I normally say, oh, half an hour, but when I find somebody good to
Yeah.
talk to, we tend
Almost two.
to
Yeah.
go long. We tend to go long. So, Silcanit, thank you so much. This was a blast. I was so glad we got to talk about more than just the world of video games with you. So before we go, you let people out there know how they can find you, reach out to you, or just experience more of a French man in Canada.
So you can find me at Silcanit almost everywhere. Mostly on social media, Blue Sky, Discord, and that's kind of it.
All right.
Silcanit
And
on
when they look
Steam,
for you to make sure it's
PlayStation.
the real Silcanit, do you have a weird icon? Do you spell your name differently? Or
It's always the same spelling. You probably won't find any other Silcanit anyway because
okay.
I've never had to add a number to Silcanit. I've never Silcanit
Okay.
80,
I'm gonna challenge
1800.
you. So I'm gonna do this right now. We're gonna do this in real time, folks. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna see if I can add him. So I'm gonna search for Silcanit. Nope, that's not how you spell it, Todd.
Yep,
So are we
that's it.
there?
You're there.
Look at that. And it is characters.
The Sea of Stars cast.
Oh, there we go. Wonderful. And there we go. You got Pokemon right there with a knife. That is actually a picture of you after you come back from Japan.
Probably, yeah. Probably
Yes.
accurate.
What's the word for chicken in French?
Poulet.
Poulet, and then what's with a knife? So just say poulet with a knife or chicken with a knife.
Un poulet avec un couteau.
There we go. That should be your new your new tagline or something like that, right?
Maybe as a subtitle.
I think so. Yeah. Awesome. Well, very good. Check out I'm going to actually follow him now. So it's set. I'm good to go. Excellent. And with that, I will tell you that if you want more awesome people to be on the show, send your recommendations on who you would like to talk to about their best things this week. I'm always looking for awesome guests that love a little bit of everything. And you can do that either DM me at Todd Oxtra or at T Oxtra on Blue Sky and Instagram. And also at the Fandom Foundry, our DMs are open at the Fandom Foundry in Blue Sky or Instagram. We also have a Facebook group page just for the podcast if you want to find out more there. We have a Discord. You don't have to be part of our Discord, but I am also friends with everybody on the Discord, so I share my stuff broadly. And we also have a YouTube channel. We have a merch store within our webpage. It's great, and we're on podcasts everywhere. So please check us out. We're doing some cool things. We are really going to expand our sports coverage. Well, I'm not. My friend Sean is. He's going to do that. It's going to be great. So hockey, basketball, and other things, which is great. And then I'm going to talk to more people on cool interviews with MakerCast. Why we play, people that want to talk about their video game past and future, and also the best thing this week. So yeah, check it out. We'd love to have more people on the show. And Silcanit, thank you so much.
Thank you for
And
having
to
me.
you, I will say au revoir.
Au revoir.